Sports Director John Swisher and Jamie Baskey.
And welcome into Maquoketa, Iowa. We've got game 2 of this softball doubleheader. And I tell you what, game 1 was a doozy. Good evening, everybody. Along with John Swisher, this is Jamie Baskey. And, John, I know you got to see the better part of that first game. The Hawks, I tell you what, they went up 2-0. They led 2-0 in the third inning. And after the 3-run third inning by Maquoketa, they found themselves behind by a run, tied it up in the fourth. That game went back and forth, went into extra innings, and the Hawks finally got 2 runs in the 8th inning to win that game 9-7, and what a game it ended up being.
Yes, indeed, the 2-run win and 8 innings. Great way to start this night for the Hawks. It was just back and forth affair the whole game long, but this team for Coach Raven Company stood in there and able to come back on the road to get the win.
As Emily Toll stands in for the Hawks here to start this game, the first pitch to Emily is taken high for a ball. Pitching for Maquoketa here in game number 2 is Hannah Piercy, as the 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike. So 1-1 the count. Piercy played right field in game 1. Pitching here in game 2, the 1-1 pitch to Toll is chopped back to the pitcher, Piercy. She's going to throw on to first for out number 1. Piercy coming into tonight's game. This is her second start. She's thrown 5 innings at an earned run average of 1.4, and she had 5 strikeouts in her 1 appearance. As that's going to 1 out here, brings up the second baseman for West Delaware, Heidi Yankovic, and the first pitch to Heidi is taken low for a ball. 1-0 the count here. Top of the first inning, the Hawks won the first game 9-7 in 8 innings. As Yankovic digs back in and awaits the 1-0 from Hannah Piercy. And that's taken low for ball 2. As the Maquoketa Cardinals come in here to tonight's game, they are 2-2 on the season after that game 1 loss to the Hawks. As the 2-0 pitch to Yankovic is taken in there for a strike. So 2-1 the count here with 1 away in the top of this first inning, game number 2 between the Hawks and the Cardinals. 2-1 is in the dirt, all 3. Cardinals 2-2 overall. They are 2-1 on the road, and this is their first home game of the season, and they are 0-1, 2-1 in conference play. And Yankovic's going to take ball 4, so she'll go down to first base, and that's going to bring up the catcher for the Hawks, Ashley Hines.
Good job by Heidi being patient there. Her first at-bat of the second at-bat of the night. She came in and pitched in after not starting in game 1, as she's able to get on there with the 1-out base on balls to bring up Hines.
As Hines' first pitch to her from Hannah Piercy is in there for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count here, 1 away, top of the first inning. Again, the Hawks victorious in game number 1, 9-7 in 8 innings. And Hines is going to lay down a bunt to the third base side. Going to be fielded, but no throw over to first, and Hines is going to beat that one out. So we're going to have runners on first and second here with only 1 away, and I believe Caitlin Mangold is going to be the courtesy runner for
shortstop number 24, Haley Morrison.
She is going to be the courtesy runner out there for Ashley Hines. It's going to be Caitlin Mangold out there with 1 away here. Runners on first and second. So what was trying to sacrifice was Hines. She beats it out for an infield hit. As our umpire makes the call here.
Kevin Rolling, the home plate umpire here in game number 2. He had the bases in game 1, of course. Rolling, the former Central DeWitt coach, as Dan Murray from Dubuque on the bases here in game number 2.
As Haley Morrison, the senior shortstop, steps in here for the Hawks. First pitch to her is taken for a ball, and Yankovic is going to steal third on the play as she took off. Close play over there at third base, but Yankovic will be over to third base now with 1 away. Runners on first and third as Morrison stands back in with a 1-0 pitch. 1-0 count, rather, as the left-handed Piercy delivers. It's going to be in there for a called strike, and Mangold's going to go down to second as the throw was cut off by the second baseman out there. And we're going to have a 1-1 count. Now 1 away here. Second and third are the runners, and the senior Morrison digs in, and that's going to be taken for ball 2, 2-1. Heard over here earlier, it's Coach Rave's birthday today. So happy birthday to Coach Tiffany Rave. Down there in the third base coaching box as Morrison stands in. The 2-1 pitch is going to be taken low for a ball. So 3-1 the count here to Haley Morrison as she comes into tonight's game for the Hawks as that's going to be taken for ball 4. So Morrison on base here. She came into tonight with a .417 batting average, leading the team. And she's going to draw the one-out walk and go down to first base here. So bases loaded here, and that's going to bring up first baseman for the Hawks, Bridget Hoffman, and she ropes the ball down the third base line, and it's going to be fielded out there, but 2 runs are going to come in to score here, and the Hawks are going to take it early, 2-0 lead on the 2 RBI single by Bridget Hoffman. And just like that, this game kind of started out like the first game. The Hawks took a 1-0 lead in the first inning of the last game as they start with a 2-0 lead here to start game number 2 with an 2 RBI single by Bridget Hoffman.
Nice at bat by Hoffman being aggressive. We saw her have a heck of a bat in that 8th inning of the game number 1, fouling off several pitches. She jumped on the first pitch she saw there. And nice job of scoring 2, getting on the board early, setting that tone here for the Hawks in game number 2 as Collins stands in there and takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 with 1 down, runners on first and second.
And Collins is going to foul the next pitch, the 0-1 off to the right side, as it's going to be an 0-2 count now here with 1 away in the top of the first inning. Runners on first and second now as Morrison, the runner, down at second. Hoffman over at first base. As the left-handed Hannah Piercy comes set for the 0-2, swung on a miss, strike 3 by Collins, and that's going to be the second out of this first inning as Liz Kolak digs in for the Hawks, playing third base in the second game. She started at second base in game number 1 as she digs in here and awaits a pitch from Piercy, and that's going to be low for ball 1, so 1-0 the count here to Hawks sophomore third baseman here in this game, Liz Kolak. And this one's going to be chopped to the left side. Third baseman's going to come up and throw on to first base for out number 3. The Hawks get 2 here on 1 hit and no errors. 2 hits. Very good. 2 hits on that one as they leave a couple on base, and they lead it here 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Hawk Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
In sports as well as banking, numbers mean everything. Making sure you have experienced athletes and bench strength are a critical combination for a winning team. The same goes for our F&M team. With an average longevity of 15 years and 28 members strong, F&M is consistently showing strength in numbers. F&M Bank, the right choice, member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff cares deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
And welcome back in here to Maquoketa, Iowa, home of the Cardinals here as we're underway. Bottom of the first inning, Kristen Payson steps in for the Cardinals, and she's got a 1-1 count. That's going to be called strike number 2. So 1-2 the count here on Payson, a center fielder here for the Cardinals, as Kristen Wegman pitching for the Hawks here, and this is going to be fouled off. The count will remain 1-2. Wegman throwing in the last game here for the Hawks, getting the win for West Delaware, as that was her 4th start. This will be her 5th start, as she is 3-1 on the season. This one by Payson, high pitch, but she fouls it straight back. So the count will remain 1-2 here on Kristen Payson, the sophomore center fielder for Maquoketa. The 1-2 again is going to be taken high for ball 2. So 2-2 the count on Payson. As Shelby Pettyjohn stands in the on-deck circle for the Maquoketa Cardinals. The 2-2 is taken high for ball 3. 3-2 the count now.
Hawks able to jump on the scoreboard in the top of the first inning. They scored 2 runs on those 2 hits, left 2 runners on base, but have an early 2-0 lead.
And that's going to be taken low for ball 4 by Kristen Payson. So she's going to lead this game off with a walk here for the Cardinals. And that's going to bring up the second baseman. And Shelby Pettyjohn, the sophomore second baseman for Maquoketa. She stands in, she shows bunt, pops it up in the air. It's going to get down, and it's going to be in the batter's box, and they're going to throw her out at first base. So a nice job by Himes. Throws over to Yankovic at first, as the runner Payson will advance to second base. But a nice job by Himes throwing down to first base, where Heidi Yankovic was waiting, and they get out number 1. So out there for the Hawks, 1 out. That's going to bring up the first baseman, McKenna Owen, for the Cardinals. Runner out on second base is Payson. This one's hit into right field, and that's going to get over the head of Yankovic and go all the way to the fence. Collins is going to run it down, but not before Payson comes in to score from second base. So just like that, this game is starting off like the last one ended, back and forth, as the Cardinals are on the board here in this first. A 1-out RBI double by McKenna Owen. And that's going to bring up Bailey Lenz, the catcher here for the Cardinals, as she digs in and awaits the off-speed pitch. She goes down to get it, but comes up empty. 0-1 the count here with 1 away in the bottom of this first inning. And the Hawks scored 2 in the top of this inning, and the Cardinals here with 1 away in the bottom have cut that lead in half, as it's 2-1 here, as Lenz awaits the 1-1 pitch from Kristen Wegman. Be taken high for ball 2, so 2-1 the count now. As a runner out on second is McKenna Owen. She had that RBI double 1 batter ago, and that's going to be taken. The 2-1 is taken high for ball 3, so 3-1 the count here. 1 away, bottom of the first inning here, between the Hawks and the Cardinals. Again, the West Delaware Hawks winning game 1, 9-7 in 8 innings. And the 3-1 by Wegman is going to be low for ball 4. So her second walk of this inning.
Third base, number 19.
And Lenz will go down to first base, as Owen still down over at second. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Liz Gavin, for the Cardinals. As Gavin, a senior here for the Cardinals. This one roped down into center field right at Emily Toll for out number 2. So 2 away here. Now the Hawks trying to get out of this inning with any further damage here, as it's 2-1. They still lead it, as Hannah Piercy, the pitcher, stands in here for Maquoketa.
All right, there for Wegman, learning experience, so valuable to put that ball in play, as you don't want to give up those free passes. Already 2 walks in this inning. Try to put it in there, let your defense do some work for you instead of giving those free passes. And now you got 2 outs. You bear down and try to get out of this inning with only 1 run let in.
And the first pitch by Wegman is fouled off. The 0-1 is swung on and missed to make 0-2 here on the pitcher for Maquoketa, Hannah Piercy. And Piercy, a junior for the Cardinals. The 0-2 is going to be fouled straight back again here, and count will remain 0-2.
Well, more aggressive now by Wegman, as we're seeing. She's coming right at these hitters after giving up those early 2 walks here. 0-2 count here to Piercy, the number 6 girl in the lineup. 6 girl to be at the plate here so far this inning.
And swung on and missed. She chased a high one, and the Hawks get out of the inning, but the Cardinals pick up 1 run on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the second as the Hawks lead it 2-1 here. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Check them out on their web at bobstephenmotors.com.
A great night out awaits you at Hartridge Golf Course. Join us for Taco Tuesday and our Thursday night specials featuring roasted chicken. Watch the Iowa games with 50-cent wings and drink specials at Hartridge, north of Manchester on 195th Street.
Northeast Iowa Telephone Service in Manchester has everything you need to stay connected. Northeast Iowa Telephone has a staff of professionals available to help you get connected, from the installation of your new entertainment system to cable and data wiring in your home or business. Northeast Iowa Telephone Service is your sight, sound, and electronics connection on South Franklin Street in downtown Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Benton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Welcome back into Maquoketa, as Marley Boyce is going to hit a slow roller back to the pitcher, Piercy, and she's going to throw Boyce out at first base for out number 1, as that's going to bring to the plate pitcher for the Hawks, Kristen Wegman, starting pitcher for both games here for the Hawks, and the first pitch to Wegman is taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count here. The Hawks lead it 2-1 here. The Hawks with that 2 spot in the top of the first inning. Maquoketa came back with a run of their own in the bottom half. Has our score 2-1 here. Top of the second inning, the 1-0 pitch to Wegman is taken high again for ball 2. So 2-0 the count here with 1 away in the top of the second inning. Wegman's going to hit this one out into left field. Grunwald comes on. She makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly, the Hawks with 2 outs here. And we're going to bring it back to the top of the order here.
Number 16, Emily Toll.
As senior center fielder for the Hawks, Emily Toll comes up. She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up. And she stands in from the left side. She goes to bunt. She pulls back, but takes it for a strike. So 0-1 the count here to the leadoff batter, Toll.
Update for the baseball field. The Hawks trailing Maquoketa in game number 2 in the 4th inning. There's a little liner off the glove of the pitcher. Piercy ends up in the third baseman Gavin's glove as Toll will beat it out the first. She'll be on with a 2-out infield hit.
So a hit there by Toll. With 2 away here in the top of the second. And that's going to bring up sophomore second baseman Heidi Yankovic, as she walked and later scored her first time up. And first pitch to Yankovic is taken for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
After the Hawks won game 1, 8-0. They trail 4-0 in the top of the 4th inning on the baseball diamond as Maquoketa has come out. Offense is roaring early on. The Cardinals have 5 hits so far in the game. Hawks have 2 defensive errors as Maquoketa leads that one 4-0 in the top of the 4th inning in the baseball diamond to our right here inside the Marlowe Athletic Complex in Maquoketa.
As Yankovic takes ball 3 now. 3-0 the count here from Hannah Piercy. As Yankovic standing in left side of the plate here. She awaits. The 3-0 is going to be taken for a strike. Toll will still take off for second. Has no throw, so Toll will advance.
And no talk there. The catcher was kind of no man's land. Probably wouldn't have had a shot at her anyway, but I don't think anybody let her know that Toll was going. And there's ball 4, and Yankovic gets on. So 2 runners are on with 2 down. That brings up Ashley Hines.
She kind of looked down there when Toll stole, kind of like, well, what happened? What happened? Nobody said anything. But so we're going to have runners on first and second now. Toll at second, Yankovic at first, and Ashley Hines digs in with 2 away here in the top of inning number 2. The Hawks lead it 2-1 And Hines is going to hit this ball out to shortstop. It's going to be picked up by Kelsey Lang. She throws on to first for out number 3. So the Hawks don't get any. They had 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Hawks lead it 2-1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball from KNCH Sports.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404. For more information, your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber, big town quality with small town service. Delhi Lumber, your authorized overhead Midland door dealer, has big town quality with small town service.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply Free Checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Welcome back in here to Maquoketa. John Swisher, Jamie Vasky back with you here as we go to the bottom of the second here. Hawks leading 2-1 against the Maquoketa Cardinals, and digging in for Maquoketa here to lead this inning off is Kelsey Lang, the shortstop. And quickly, Kristen Wegman, you mentioned she's starting to be a little more aggressive here. Quickly up on the batter Lang, 0-2 is our count as she gets set to bring the 0-2, and it's going to be chopped out to shortstop. Morrison up with it quickly, throws on to, they're going to call her safe. So an infield hit by Lang. Good wheels by Lang as she beats that one out and gets on first base here with that infield hit. With nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hannah Grunwald, and she's going to bunt this one. It's going to go foul. So 0-1 the count here. Again, West Delaware leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. As Grunwald digs back in here, shows bunt, and she's going to bunt it foul again. So 0-2 the count here as the runner Lang down at first base with nobody out here. In the bottom of the second inning, the Hawks leading 2-1. Wegman back to the circle. The 0-2 is going to be fouled straight back. She wanted to hit anyway. Mm-hmm. So the count will remain 0-2. The Hawks come into tonight's game. Mentioned Maquoketa as the 0-2 to Grunwald is taken for a ball, 1-2 the count, with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And it's going to be popped up on the infield. Yankovic going out after it. She's going to make the catch for out number 1. So good battle there by Wegman. She gets Grunwald to pop up out to Yankovic at second base, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Cassie Rupert.
Nice job of Yankovic staying with that ball, making the catch with her back towards right field behind second base. Gives us one out here in this last of the second inning.
As Rupert fouls this first pitch off to the left, it's going to be 0-1 the count, one away. Bottom of the second, the Hawks clinging to that one-run lead. It's 2-1. Wegman's 0-1 to Rupert is going to be taken high for ball 1-1 the count. The Hawks improved their record in game 1 to 3-1 overall, 3-0 in conference play. They are 0-1 at home, 3-0 now on the road as Himes, after ball 2, throws down to Hoffman at first, trying to get the runner Lang leading off of first base, but she's called safe. So 2-1 count from Wegman is going to be taken high for ball 3. So 3-1 the count now here with 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. As Rupert digs back in, the sophomore for the Cardinals is going to take the 3-1 pitch for a called strike. So full count here with 1 away as Wegman comes set to deal the 3-2 count. It's going to be swung on and hit out to Yankovic at second off of her glove as she jumped up to get that one. She had to jump after it, but it's going to fall out into right field.
Tough play. Would have been a nice effort by Yankovic going to her left. And as Jamie said, outstretched that left arm with the glove at the end of it and just could not bring that one in. But a nice try by Yankovic. Now the Cardinals are in business again with runners on first and second. 1 down with the top of the order in Payson standing in.
As Payson, the sophomore center fielder for the Cardinals, takes that first pitch for a called strike. So 0-1 the count here as Wegman's set to deliver the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, swung on a miss. 0-2 the count here with 1 away in the bottom of the second. The Hawks still leading 2-1 here as they scored 2 in the first. Maquoketa scored 1 in the bottom of the first inning. The Hawks held scoreless in the top of the second. And here in the bottom of the second, Maquoketa has runners on first and second with 1 away and an 0-2 pitch upcoming from Kristen Wegman. Yes, she did. She tried to check her swing, but Payson is going to strike out for the second out of the inning. So 2 away here. The Hawks trying to strand runners on first and second once again here, just as they did in the first. And it's going to bring up Shelby Pettyjohn. She's going to hit this one to the left side. That's going to get through Morrison's diving attempt. And quickly, Marley Boyce throws this ball in from left field and holds the runner Lang at third. So the bases will be loaded here. The third hit of the inning here by the Cardinals, and that's going to bring up McKenna Owen for Maquoketa.
She hit the ball well, had that hit to right field, RBI. Scoring the only run of the game so far in the first on the first pitch fastball outside. Took it to right field her first time up. She watches this one go outside for a ball, 1-0 the count.
And Owen, second team all-conference last season for the Cardinals. She waits the 1-0. It's going to be taken low for ball 2. So 2-0 the count here. As she, coming into tonight, team leader in hitting with a .600 batting average coming into this game here tonight in 10 at-bats. She's going to hit this one out into center field. Toll going back a couple steps, and she's going to corral it for out number 3. So the Hawks get out of that one again. 3 hits by the Cardinals. No runs. They strand 3. They leave the bases loaded. We go to the third. West Delaware 2, Maquoketa 1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Biofield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Biofield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Whatever your favorite sport, we know you will join Parrott Insurance and Grinnell Mutual in supporting all of our local athletes. Parrott Insurance is proud to be part of this community and looks forward to catching all of the sports action this year. If you want a strong insurance team working for you, call Parrott Insurance today for a quote from Grinnell Mutual and experience our policy of working together.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Welcome back in here to Maquoketa with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you here as the Hawks lead at 2-1. Haley Morrison digs in for the Hawks and has a 1-1 count here as the senior stepping in for the second time here tonight. She walks her first time up. She hits this one to the left side. It's going to be booted by the shortstop, Kelsey Lang. So Morrison will be on the air by the shortstop Lang, and she's going to be down to first base with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Hawks leading 2-1 as Bridget Hoffman stands in here for the Hawks, a junior. Stands in here as she, her last time up, she drove in 2 runs on a 2 RBI single. She stands in here after a 1-0 count, swings and misses, so strike 1. Our count is 1-1 here. Morrison down at first base for the Hawks with nobody out. Here in the top of the third inning, the Hawks leading 2-1. Bunt attempt by Hoffman. She misses, so the count will go to 1-2 now. So 1-2 the count on Hoffman, junior first baseman for the Hawks, as she takes the 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2. So 2-2 the count here. In the Hawks and Cardinals, in a back-and-forth game in Game 1, went to extra innings. The Hawks got the 9-7 win in 8 innings as Hoffman hits this one foul down the left field line, gets out of play. So the count will remain 2-2. As Hannah Piercy, the pitcher for Maquoketa, comes set, and this one's hit well too. But
out enough.
I don't think she straightened. No, she did not. That's going to go foul. That cleared the fence by plenty.
Yes, it did.
But it's a foul ball, and the count will remain again at 2-2.
She straightened it out, but not enough, as it was still fouled on the left field foul line by several feet. She's got home run power. And a handful of those a year ago on that 31-9 sixth-place state tournament team for the Hawks.
And stands in, and the 2-2 again is fouled off. This time, not as scary to the Maquoketa Cardinals fans as a ground ball foul by Hoffman here. Count remains 2-2. Now all of the rest of her foul balls coming in from Maquoketa cheering section down there as Hoffman digs back in, again awaiting the 2-2 from the left-handed pitching Hannah Piercy. Piercy comes back to the circle. The 2-2 swung on a miss, strike 3, so Hoffman is set down on strikes. For the first out of the inning here for the Hawks, that's going to bring up senior right fielder Megan Collins. She struck out swinging her first time up as she stands in here with 1 away and a runner on first base, and this one's going to be hit to the third baseman, Gavin. She's looked at second, but decided to throw over first to Owen, and that's going to be a put out over there at first, so they get Collins for out number 2. Morrison moves up to second.
Number 33, Liz Kolak.
Morrison to second on the play with 2 away now here in the top of the third inning. The Hawks leading 2-1. First pitch to Kolak is taken for a called strike 1, so 0-1 the count here from Piercy.
Good idea and recognition from Gavin there. She realized she had no shot at Morrison and took it for sure out. You see players want to try to get that lead out often too much, and they run themselves into those bigger innings when you're trying to get that player at second and it doesn't work out.
The 1-1 from Piercy to Kolak is going to be fouled off to the right side, so 1-2 the count here, 2 away here. These two teams played a doubleheader last season. The Hawks won both those games June 2nd in Manchester, 2-0 and 8-4 as Kolak fouls the 1-2 pitch to the backstop, and it's going to remain 1-2 here.
Hawks baseball team came back and scored 3 runs in the top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth inning. There's a foul by Kolak to the backstop. As 1-2 the count with 2 down. So the Hawks leading, trailing 4-3 on the baseball diamond, 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth inning. As there's a ball scattered into the fence right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-1, Hawks have the lead here in the top of inning number 3 with 2 down. A runner on second in the form of Haley Morrison.
As Piercy comes set again with the 1-2 and fouled back to the screen once again. So a good battle here by Kolak, wasting some good pitches from Hannah Piercy. As the count remains 1-2 here. As Piercy comes set to deliver the 1-2 to Hannah Kolak, Liz Kolak. younger sister. Wrong one. Hannah Piercy, Liz Kolak. As it's taken for ball 2, so 2-2 the count. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So Kolak is set down on strikes for the second time in this game, and we move to the bottom of the third. West Delaware still leads us 2-1. You're listening to Hawks Softball on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Points.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Back here in Maquoketa, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Kristen Wegman, junior pitcher for the Hawks, is going to deliver to the catcher for Maquoketa, Bailey Lenz, and she's going to rope this pitch out into right field. It was a 1-0 count, and a leadoff single here for Bailey Lenz is going to bring up the senior third baseman for the Cardinals, Liv Gavin, as she lined out to Emily Toll her last time up, and the first pitch to her is going to be taken. Off-speed pitch for strike 1. 0-1 the count here, as the Hawks still have a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of this third inning.
Despite getting out hit by the Cardinals now, the fifth hit of the game there by Lenz for Maquoketa. So 5 hits for them and 3 on the other side for the Hawks.
And all the scoring so far in this game coming in the first inning. The Hawks with 2 in the first, Maquoketa with 1 in the first. The 1-1 pitch to Gavin is going to be taken for strike 2. 1-2 the count here on the senior third baseman, as Wegman pitching in her 5th game here for the Hawks in this early season, as it's going to be hit to third base. Kolak's going to pick it up and throw on to first to Hoffman for out number 1. Hoffman had to go up a little bit and get that one, but a nice play over there.
Pitcher number 15, Hannah Piercy.
By Kolak to Hoffman, and that's going to be the first out of this inning, and we're going to move up to the pitcher here in Hannah Piercy. And first pitch from Wegman to Piercy is going to be taken for a called strike 1. So 0-1 the count here, as Piercy, the number 6 hitter here for the Cardinals, the 0-1. Piercy shows bunt, but pulls back and takes a ball. 1-1 the count here with 1 away. Bottom of the third inning. Hawks leading 2-1. Runner out at second base is Bailey Lenz. She started this bottom half of this inning off with a single. The 2-1, the 1-1 is taken in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 the count here on the junior pitcher for the Cardinals, Hannah Piercy. As Wegman comes set to deliver the 2-1, swung on, a hit out in the left field. Boyce takes a couple steps back and brings this one in for out number 2. No tag on the play. As Bailey Lenz still stands out at second base with 2 away here, and that's going to bring up the sophomore shortstop, Kelsey Lang, for Maquoketa. She singled her first time up and was stranded at third base back in the second inning. The first pitch to her is swung on a miss, strike 1. So 2 away here, bottom of the third inning. 1 hit in this inning by Bailey Lenz. She remains out at second base. 0-1 pitch is swung on a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 the count here. So Wegman again, for the third inning in a row, trying to strand a runner in scoring position. Swung on a miss. She will. Strike 3 as Lang goes down on strikes. And that's going to do it for the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the fourth. Hawks lead it 2-1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball from KMCH Sports.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Welcome back into Maquoketa as we move to the fourth inning here. The Hawks leading it 2-1 here in the second game of the softball doubleheader here tonight. Walmart Conference action between the Hawks and the Maquoketa Cardinals as Marley Boyce, senior left fielder, stands in for the Hawks. And Marley's going to foul this first pitch away down the first base line. So the count will be 0-1. 2 runs in the first inning for the Hawks, 1 in the bottom half of inning number 1 for the Cardinals. Has our score here 2-1 in favor of West Delaware as Boyce fouls this one off to the third base side, and that's going to make our count 0-2 here. So Boyce here from the left side of the plate gets set to face the left-handed pitcher Piercy, and the 0-2 is taken high for ball 1. 1-2 the count.
Update for the baseball field. Maquoketa has come back, scored 2 runs in the fourth. They're into the fifth inning. 6-3 Cardinals lead the Hawks after the Hawks took game 1 tonight, proved the record at 4-0 by the score of 8-0.
There's the 1-2 fouled off again by Boyce, straight back this time. I see her hit one right up the middle. She's fouled it every which direction, as the 1-2 is going to be taken in the dirt for ball 2, so 2-2 the count. The Hawks come into tonight's game ranked number 13 in Class 4A, as it's going to be hit right up the middle. Fielded by the pitcher, Piercy. She's going to throw on to first base for out number 1. So Boyce is retired for out number 1 here in the top of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up junior pitcher for the Hawks, Kristen Wegman. She flew out to left field her first time up as she digs in to the batter's box. She's going to rip this one to the shortstop, Lang. Lang can't field it, and Wegman is going to be on base.
Almost overran first base in fair territory, as she's having a smile with Coach Stahlberg about that now. Easy to smile after she's able to get back safely. They wouldn't have been smiling if she would have been too far off the bag that time.
Well, I think she was getting ready to round first base.
Then she falls right there.
And Lang still threw it over to first. Luckily, she stood on the base, and she's going to be on first base with a 1-out. Reached on an air here with 1 away in the top of the fourth, and that's going to bring up leadoff hitter Emily Toll.
Courtesy runner on first base. Tyra Vaskey is out there, someone who my partner has taught all his speed to back in his training days.
I still got it, too, so still pretty fast. As
that's where she got it from.
Yeah. Yeah.
She took some years over the years, probably.
Yeah. I could say one of my uncle's famous sayings, but we'll let that one go. As Toll bunts this one foul, as she's going to hit the swing away, flap hit the next one. She's going to be saved. Infield hit as the throw down to second. It's not going to be in time as Vaskey rounded second base. They threw over there, but she's going to get back safely as she moves up to second. and Emily Toll on base with a one-out infield single. So runners on first and second here. That's going to bring up Heidi Yankovic. As Yankovic has been on base twice with 2 walks to start in this game. And she's going to bunt this one foul.
Hit her hand. She was out of the box.
Out of the box. Yep. Yes, she was.
Good call. The home plate umpire, Kevin Rowley, he was all over that one. Hit her left hand as she was running. Wasn't intentional by any means. She was trying to get out of the way and run, but it just came up and hit her left hand. She was clearly on the box, a foot or two ahead on that first base line. And the Hawks, a tough break there.
That certainly is.
You give it to the catcher there.
2U.
Yep, whoever the closest fielder is, so the 2U for out number 2.
So runners still on first and second. They have to go back as Vasky, the courtesy runner for Wegman, down at second, and Emily Toll down at first base. As Ashley Hines stands in here. She's 1 for 2 in this game as she takes this first pitch for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count here. So the Hawks trying to add some insurance runs here with the senior Himes up to bat. The 0-1 pitch from Hannah Piercy is going to be swung on, a hit over to the third baseman, Gavin. She picks up, throws high, but it's going to be caught over there by McKenna Owen for out number 3. So the Hawks don't score any runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hawks lead it 2-1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Does your athlete have knee, ankle, or muscle pain from training hard? Are you looking for a simple, quick, and safe way to relieve that pain? Long-Term Medical Supply can help with their new non-prescription TENS device. Stop by the Long-Term Medical Supply location in downtown Manchester and relieve your athlete's pain today.
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Following in studio producer Janelle Tucker, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you here from Maquoketa, Iowa, home of the Cardinals, as the Hawks leading this game 2-1 as we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and first pitch of this bottom of the 4th inning to Hannah Grunwald is hit out into center field for a leadoff single. So 1 runner on. Morrison is not going to be able to field this one. It goes between her legs. Toll's going to pick it up, trying to throw the runner Grunwald out at third, but she's going to reach safely over at third. Rupert will go to second on the play. Cassie Rupert
on the throw at third. Rupert gets a second. That's a tough one. She thought she had a play at third, but you might just need to get it in that situation. And Morrison, the senior, just took her eye off the ball, wanting to make a play there. It was an aggressive mistake, want to get it out here, but took her eye off the ball, went right between the wickets and into center field, and the Cardinals are sitting pretty right now with nobody out.
I think she saw that she had a pretty good chance to get the play at second. That'll be an out.
It's going to be some interference.
That's going to be an out.
Yep.
Runner will go back to third base as Morrison went to field the ball. The runner, Rupert, ran into her. So that will be an out as the runner, Payson, will go to first base on the
number 4.
Get the fielder's choice. And the 6U on the putout at between second and third.
So 1 away here.
Well, the umpires confer real quick, just making sure everything's correct, and it appears to be. With 1 out, runners will be on first and third.
So that's going to bring up the second hitter, second baseman Shelby Pettyjohn. as she is 1 for 2 in this game. As the first pitch to Pettyjohn is going to be hit to the left side. Morrison picks it up, and she fakes over, but fakes the throw and head trying to get the runner Grunwald to jump off of third base, but she did not, so that'll be an infield hit by Pettyjohn, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, McKenna Owen, as Owen 1 for 2 in this game. As the first pitch to her is in the dirt, ball 1, 1-0 the count. 1 away here, bottom of the 4th inning. The Hawks leading this game 2-1. West Delaware won game 1. West Delaware won game 1, 9-7.
He was drawing a line there as Owen getting too close to the plate.
And Koloff's going to pick this one up and step on third, but 1 run will score as she gets the runner from second, Payson, out at third base on the unassisted play there. So there will be 2 outs, but the runner from third, Hannah Grunwald, will score on the play, and that will tie this game up.
After number 18, Bailey Lenz.
That'll tie this game up 2-2 as Pettyjohn goes to second, Owen to first, and that's going to bring up Bailey Lenz, the junior catcher for Maquoketa. As first pitch to Lenz is taken in the dirt, ball 1, 1-0 the count here. 2 away, bottom of the 4th inning, game tied 2-2. After the Cardinals tie it here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The 1-0 is taken for a ball, 2-0 the count on Bailey Lenz. So 2-0 the count. Wegman comes set for the 2-0. Going to be swung on him, fouled down the right field side. Collins giving chase, and she's going to run out of room. That ball lands just inside the fence down there, but strike there. Count goes to 2-1. And all tied up here, bottom of the 4th inning. The Cardinals with 1 run so far here in this inning. As Wegman comes set with the 1-2, it's going to be taken high for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. Here with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning here. As Wegman set to deliver the 3-1 pitch, is going to be taken high by Bailey Lenz, and she's going to draw a walk here with 2 outs. And the base is full as Owen goes to second, Pettyjohn to third on the walk by Lenz.
Third walk given up by Wegman in game 2, first since 2 in that first inning.
And the first pitch here to Liz Gavin is going to be hit in the left center gap. Boyce is going to cut it off, but not before 2 runs come in to score on the 2 RBI single by the senior third baseman Liz Gavin. And runners on first and second here, still 2 away. So the Cardinals,
the pitcher, number 15, Hannah,
scoring 3 runs here in this inning. In a 2 RBI single there by Liz Gavin.
There's your senior leader in the 5 spot, aggressive. She saw the pitch she wanted in her half. She took it to left field. She gives her team the 2 runs now. 3 runs in this inning as they lead 4-2 now.
And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Hannah Piercy, the junior. Stands in here as she is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Struck out and flew out to left field her first 2 at-bats, and the first pitch to her is going to be taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count. We're just past 9 o'clock here. Walnut Conference doubleheader softball game here. The 1-0 is taken for a ball, 2-0. The Hawks winning game number 1, 9-7 in 8 innings.
This game 54 minutes old here, game 2.
As the 2-0 swung on a miss for strike 1. So 2-1 the count here on Hannah Piercy. Maquoketa Cardinals softball, 3 state tournament appearances. One of those in the fall of 1983 as Piercy's going to hit this out to the left side. Morrison is going to make the catch for out number 3. But the Cardinals score 3 times, and they take a 4-2 lead here on 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 runners on base. We go to the 5th. It's Maquoketa 4, West Delaware 2. You're listening to Hawk Softball from KMCH Sports.
GMB Bank in Manchester is proud to support all area athletes and their communities. The GMB team is your connection to convenient banking and everyday time savers, like your debit card, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. Connect with a financial partner who truly understands your needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
Larry at Greenworks Landscaping can create the look you've always wanted with landscaping, trees, and shrubs, retaining walls, paver patios, fire rings, and windbreaks. Larry can deliver bulk mulch. And edgers, call Larry at 563-920-3776. Greenworks Landscaping, from complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Strength on its own can be impressive. When consistency is added, that's when it becomes real. Northwestern Mutual has been able to deliver real financial strength for over 150 years through every economic environment. Contact me, Mitch Payton or Matt Schulte today. Northwestern Mutual, insurance, investments, ideas.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
Get in shape and have fun at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center on East Main in Manchester. All levels, all ages. Begin your road to better health today at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center, East Main, Manchester.
Here in Maquoketa, Jamie Maskey, John Swisher back with you as Haley Morrison leads this inning off for the Hawks with a single up the middle out into center field. So she's the leadoff hitter on here for the Hawks, and this is going to be Bridget Hoffman. She hits this one out into left field. It's going to be caught out there by Hannah Grunwald. She put a good charge into it, but Grunwald takes a few steps back and makes the play for out number one. The Hawks trail here 4-2 here as we're in the top of the fifth inning. So we're in the top of the fifth. Top of the fifth inning here as the Hawks trail 4-2 as Megan Collins stands in for the Hawks with one away. On the long fly ball out from Bridget Hoffman. Morrison down at first base. She led this inning off with a single as the Hawks with 5 hits in this game so far. Maquoketa with 8. And the Hawks trail 4-2. All the Hawks runs just came in the top of the first inning as Collins is going to bunt this one in the air. It's going to be caught and throw on the first save as Owen came on. McKenna Owen came on to make a heck of a catch here on the bunt by Collins.
Haley just able to get her right hand into the back corner of the bag, says the base umpire Dan Murray. And much to the dismay of the Cardinal student section ahead of us, but it was a bang-bang play. Could have gone either way.
Absolutely, as Kolak stands in here for the Hawks. Liz Kolak stands in, the sophomore for West Delaware, as she grounded out to the third baseman, Gavin, her first time up, struck out last inning, and this one's going to be hit out into center field, so a 2-out base hit by Kolak, as she will advance Morrison out to second base. So the Hawks with runners on first and second here, 2 away, and that's going to bring up senior left fielder Marley Boyce as she stands in here. She's grounded out to the pitcher Piercy twice in her first 2 times up here as she stands in from the left side, and she's going to hit this one right back at us. We just about made the catch. Right above us. Glad it didn't come in. I'm not feeling confident in your hand.
If we had our old Harry Carey net, we would have had that one for sure. Bring your net next time.
0-1 the count on Boyce with 2 away here in the top of the fifth inning. This one's going to scoot away from the catcher Wenz, and Morrison's going to move up to third on that one.
And Kolak to second. Good to see Liz Kolak tonight. She had a nice hit there in the center field. Back in the lineup tonight after missing all 3 games last week, still recovering from that leg injury that she suffered late in the preseason practice, getting ready for the first week of the season. So good to see Liz, another one of the girls with varsity experience, back from that team a year ago.
As the 2-1 to Boyd, going to get away from the catcher Lynch. She's going to throw it in. Morrison's going to slide in safely. So the Hawks close the gap here. It's now 4-3. Maquoketa leads it as Kolak moves to third base, and a 2-1 count on Marley Boyce. Nice job there by Morrison, because with a short backstop like they have here in Maquoketa, John, you have to make that decision. And if you hesitate, you go back. But she did. She didn't hesitate. She came in and closed the gap here, 4-3. The score now in favor of the Cardinals.
The key word there, you can't hesitate at all. You got to make up your mind and go, and she did that for sure.
And this is going to be lined back up the middle by Boyce. Kolak will come in to score, and just like that, this game is tied 4-4. An RBI single by Marley Boyce is going to bring up the pitcher, Kristen Wegman, with 2 outs and a runner on first base. So just like that, we're tied at 4. And Wegman's going to hit this one on the third base line. That's going to get by the third baseman, Gavin, for a 2-out single.
That was a hot shot. That's got to be a hit. To her right, she was kind of trying to come back for the ball right on the line. And that ball was just hit too hard. It would have been a heck of a play if she was able to backhand that. But got to go with the hit there, I would think.
As they're now still with 2 outs here, we move back to the top of the order. Emily Toll standing in for the Hawks. Kyra Vasky out to run for Wegman as a courtesy runner at first base. As Wegman has been on base twice here for the Hawks. As Toll stands in, she's going to foul this one away. It'll be 0-1. 2 outs here. Top of the 5th inning. The Hawks are already with 2 runners scored here.
Any courtesy run at first base for the Hawks.
To tie this thing up 4-4.
Vasky back in the courtesy run for Wegman as Boyce is out at second.
And Toll swung on a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 the count here on the senior center fielder for the Hawks, as she has reached base twice here. 2 singles for Toll. And she's 2 for 3. This one's taken high for a ball. 1-2 the count on Emily Toll.
Type so dangerous from that left side, that slap hitting position that Toll has settled into the last couple of years. She hits anything to the left side or up the middle, slanted to the left a little bit. She's usually on base. It's usually a guarantee. And she works the count even now on the ball high and outside 2-2.
And this one's going to be hit back at the pitcher, Piercy. She throws on the first and retires Toll to end the inning. But the Hawks get 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's all tied up 4-4 between the Hawks and the Bills. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
When the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Back here in Maquoketa, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher, along with you here tonight. Second game of this softball doubleheader. As John had the first baseball game tonight, as West Delaware won that game 8-0 over there on the baseball field. West Delaware softball team won 9-7 in game 1 in 8 innings. And here, in the bottom of inning number 5, we're all tied up 4-4 as sophomore shortstop Kelsey Lang stands in here for the Maquoketa Cardinals, and she's got herself a 1-1 count. Wegman comes set to deal the 1-1, fouled off her foot. So the count will go to 1-2. As the Cardinals mentioned them earlier, they had the 1 fall state appearance in 1983, 2 summer state tournament appearances, one in 1998 in 2010 where they finished in 5th place. The 1-2 is taken for a ball, 2-2 the count.
And Cardinal head coach Sarah Nelson, starting right fielder, as a freshman that year in 98, and her 11th season now here this year for the Cardinals, as state tournament back in 2010, 225 and 116 record, make that 117 after the earlier game tonight. In the 2001 Maquoketa grad is Sarah Nelson. There's a swing and miss from strike 3, and Lang goes down for the strikeout there, the 4th strikeout for Kristen Wegman here in game 2.
As we got what we know of 3 coaches here total that played college ball. Here is Coach Cruzy at Luther, Coach Nelson at William Penn, Coach Hush for West Delaware playing for Loris. There you go. I knew it was one of the Dubuque ones.
Mm-hmm.
As this 0-1 pitch on the number 8 hitter, Hannah. The number 8 hitter, Hannah Grunwald, is swung on a miss, strike 2, so 0-2 the count from Wegman. She's going to hit this one up the middle. Yankovic's going to try to backhand it, but that's going to get into the gap, or get down. No play on Grunwald, and she's going to be on with a 1-out hit here. Here in the bottom of this 5th inning, we're tied up 4-4 between the Hawks and the Cardinals, as that's going to bring up number 9 hitter, right fielder, sophomore Cassie Rupert, as she stands in the right side of the plate. As Wegman set to deliver, the first pitch to her, she got waited for that. That was an off-speed pitch, and she kind of took a swing at the last second, fouls that one away, and it's going to be 0-1. With 1 out and a runner out at first base is Grunwald. Wegman's 0-1 is going to be blooped out into center field. Morrison's going to go back and pick that one up right in front of Emily Toll. So 2 consecutive hits here for the Cardinals, and Rupert is on with her 2nd hit of the game.
On the baseball diamond, the Hawks have cut the deficit to 2 now, scoring a run in the 5th, or in the 6th inning now, 6-4. Maquoketa leading the Hawks on the baseball diamond to our right here at the Marlowe Athletic Complex on the north side of Maquoketa.
As goes back to the top of the order here, Kristen Payson, the sophomore center fielder, up next for the Cardinals, and the first pitch to her is taken for a ball, 1-0, as Wegman deals the 1-0. Is going to be taken inside, 2-0 the count here. With 1 away, runners on first and second, as Payson is 0 for 2 here in this ball game. She walked and scored back in the first. The 2-0 is taken low for ball 3-0 the count. She struck out in the second and reached on fielder's choice in the 4th inning, and she stands in here in the bottom of the 5th. The 3-0 is taken for ball 4, so bases are loaded now, as that's her 2nd walk of the game by Payson.
Second base, number 4, Shelby Pettyjohn.
And the bases are loaded here with 1 away in a tie ball game, 4-4 between the Hawks and the Cardinals. That's going to bring up second baseman Shelby Pettyjohn. As the first pitch to her is going to be in the dirt. For ball 1-0 the count. Pettyjohn coming in here, she's 2 for 3 and has scored a run here in this ball game as she awaits the 1-0 pitch from Kristen Wegman. It's going to be swung on. She couldn't hold off, is in the dirt. She couldn't hold back, and it's going to even the count at 1-1. With 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning, bases loaded. So Wegman trying to work out of a jam here, and the 1-1 is going to be taken for called strike 2. So 1-2 the count. John thought that one was high. As the count goes to 1-2 with 1 away, how big would a strikeout be here for Kristen Wegman as she throws this one in the dirt to even the count at 2-2? Got to give a lot of credit here to Ashley Himes these last couple innings. She's been a wall back behind the plate. That's what you ask of your catchers, and this one's going to be drilled out into left field. Boyce is going to pick it up. 1 runner is in. The throw comes in from Boyce. It's going to be cut off by Hoffman, but that's going to be a 1-out RBI single by Shelby Pettyjohn, and the Cardinals are going to take the 5-4 lead here.
Coach Ray calls timeout. She'll hustle out inside the circle and have a word with their entire infield and the battery of Himes and Wegman here to just settle them down with only one down and a Cardinal runner on every base.
So again, the base is still loaded here for Maquoketa. The Hawks won game one, 9-7. They scored 2 runs in the top of inning number 8 in game number 1 to win that game in a game that was back and forth similar to this one. And here we are, 5-4. We've had 3 lead changes already between these two teams in this ball game. As now standing in for the Cardinals, going to be second-team all-conference last season, McKenna Owen, as a senior first baseman stands in and takes first pitch high for ball 1, 1-0 the count. As Owen has reached base twice, she is 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and later scored her last time up. The 1-0 is taken in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 the count here with 1 away. And in this, the bottom of the 5th inning, with Maquoketa just taking a 5-4 lead here. Wegman, the 2-0, is going to be fouled off to the right side, out of play, to make the count 2-1. Again, Owen coming into tonight as Maquoketa's leading hitter, batting .600 coming into this game, these 2 games here tonight. The 2-1 is taken high. Had kind of checked her swing there, but it's taken high. Ball 3, 3-1 the count here. Still with just 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Maquoketa with a 5-4 lead. The 3-1 from Wegman is going to be swung on, popped in the air, infield fly. So that'll be the second out of the inning here for the Hawks. The base is still loaded here.
The catcher number 18, Bailey Lenz.
So 2 away, base is loaded, and that's going to bring up the Cardinal junior catcher, Bailey Lenz, as she stands in here, as she is 1 for 1 in this game here tonight. She's walked twice and singled back in the 3rd inning. As she stands in here and awaits the first pitch from Kristen Wegman. It's going to be taken for a called strike 1 on the inner part of the plate. 0-1 is the count. With 2 away, bottom 5th, base is still loaded for the Cardinals. And that one's going to be taken high for ball 1. So the count is even 1-1. 5-4, Maquoketa leading here. The Hawks with 2 runs in the 1st, 2 in the 5th. Maquoketa with 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. And this one is fouled straight back by Bailey Lenz, and the count goes to 1-2 here.
Well, hey, their innings here. Important to limit the damage here. The Hawks want to get out of it right here before anybody else gets up, especially the heart of this order with the number 4 batter Lenz and number 5 batter Gavin, who had that 2 RBI hit her last time up, so you don't want to give her a chance with ladies on base here.
As the 2-1-2 is taken for a ball, 2-2, and now the 2-2 is taken for a ball, so a full count here with the bases loaded. Runners will be going on the pitch. As Wegman set to deliver the 3-2, it's taken high for ball 4, so that's going to walk in a runner, Cassie Rupert from 3rd base, and the Cardinals now take a 6-4 lead here with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 19, Liz Gavin.
Talk about someone who sees a lot of pitches. That's Bailey Lenz, her 3rd walk of this ball game, as she's on base again. And that's going to bring up Liz Gavin. Hits it over to Morrison on the ground. She throws on to Hoffman at first for out number 3. The Cardinals score 2, and they go up 6-4 here as we go to the 6th. Maquoketa leads at 6-4. You're listening to Hawk Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
In sports as well as banking, numbers mean everything. Athletes strive for excellence during competition. F&M strives to exceed clients' expectations. Whereas athletes and teams focus on the score, F&M focuses on the success of our valued clients, one relationship at a time. F&M Bank, the right choice. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff cares deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you from Maquoketa, Iowa, home of the Cardinals, as we move to the top of the sixth inning. The Hawks trail this game here, this second game of the softball doubleheader, as the Hawks trailed the Maquoketa Cardinals 6-4, as Heidi Yankovic, the sophomore second baseman, stands in here from the left side of the plate. She tries to slap this one over the third baseman, Gavin's head, and the count is 1-2. On the sophomore second baseman for the Hawks, as Yankovic 0 for 1 in this game. She's walked twice. She scored back in the first and was hit by a ball she bunted out of the batter's box back in inning number 4. And here we are, top of the sixth, the 2-2 count now, as Yankovic has worked it even. Is going to be swung on, fouled straight back. So she stays alive there for the Hawks here with 2-2. Nobody out, top of the sixth inning. Hawks trailing 6-4. As it was tied, the Hawks put up 2 in the top of the fifth to tie the game. And the Cardinals put up 2 in the bottom of the fifth to go up by 2 at 6-4. The 2-2 to Yankovic is taken for a ball. 3-2 the count now to Heidi Yankovic. As she stands in and awaits the 3-2 pitch from Hannah Piercy. She's going to hit this one, a slow roller back to the pitcher, Piercy, and Piercy's going to throw on to first base for out number 1. So Yankovic is retired for just the second time of this game.
22, Ashley Hines.
And that's going to bring up the senior catcher for the Hawks, Ashley Hines, as she stands in here. She's 1 for 3 in this game. Scored back in the first after a single. Hines digs in and takes the first pitch, called strike 1. 0-1 the count here with 1 away, top of the sixth inning.
Hawks baseball exciting in game 2 as well. They've scored another run. They trail 6-5 in the top of the seventh inning on the baseball diamond here in Maquoketa, as the Cardinals lead by 1 after the Hawks took game 1, improving the record to 4-0, 8-0 in the first contest tonight. Trail by 1 in the late innings.
The 1-1 pitch to Hines is drilled out into left field, but this one's going to go out of play. So a foul ball is going to run the count to 1-2 here. As we wait for some of the foul balls. We've seen a lot of foul balls here tonight.
So we have, especially on a couple of different at-bats by Bridget Hoffman for 1.
So Ashley Hines, we've got a new ball out as Piercy gets set to deliver the 1-2 with 1 away here in the top of the sixth. This one's going to be hit out to the right side, popped up. Going to be caught by Shelby Pettyjohn for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Haley Morrison, senior shortstop for the Hawks, as she digs in here. As she's been on base all 3 times here. She walked in the first, reached on an error in the third, and singled, and later scored back in the fifth. First pitch to her is taken for a ball, 1-0. Morrison 1 for 2 in this game, as she awaits the 1-0 from Hannah Piercy, the junior pitcher for Maquoketa. She fouls this one away to even the count 1-1. As 2 away here, top of inning number 6. Hawks running out of chances here as they trail by 2. Morrison fouls this one off. Dribbles it down the third base line, but fouled, as the count will stay 1-2 here with 2 away. And Piercy, just her second start of the season. Morrison hits this one out into left field. Left fielder Grunwald going back, and she's going to make the catch in left field for out number 3. The Hawks don't get any. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Hawks trail 6-4 here You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Check them out on their web at bobstephenmotors.com.
A great night out awaits you at Hartridge Golf Course. Join us for Taco Tuesday and our Thursday night specials featuring roasted chicken. Watch the Iowa games with 50-cent wings and drink specials at Hartridge, north of Manchester on 195th Street.
Northeast Iowa Telephone Service in Manchester has everything you need to stay connected. Northeast Iowa Telephone has a staff of professionals available to help you get connected, from the installation of your new entertainment system to cable and data wiring in your home or business. Northeast Iowa Telephone Service is your sight, sound, and electronics connection on South Franklin Street in downtown Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back into Maquoketa as we move to the bottom of the sixth inning. Hawks trail 6-4. Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you here as we're in the bottom of the sixth as the 1-0 pitch here, as we're going to be the pitcher, Hannah Piercy, leading this inning off for the Cardinals, as she is 0 for 3 in this game. As she follows this one back behind the screen, it's going to be even the count at 1-1. Nobody out here, bottom of the sixth. In Maquoketa holding on to that 2-run lead, it's 6-4. The 1-1 from Wegman is taken outside for a ball, 2-1. The count on Hannah Piercy, junior pitcher here for the Cardinals. Gave up those 2 runs in the first and 2 in the fifth. Other than that, she has held the Hawks to 0 runs every other inning. As she awaits the 3-1 pitch from Wegman, is going to be swung on and missed. Strike 2, so the count goes full. 3-2 on Hannah Piercy. Again, she's 0 for 3. She struck out. She flew to left and flew out to Morrison. Back in the fifth, she hits this one out into left field. 3 Hawks giving chase, but it's going to land foul. Right out there, no man's land there. As it's going to count will remain 3-2 here with nobody out. And the leadoff batter this inning, Hannah Piercy. As she awaits, she stands in from the left side of the plate. Not a slap hitter, just batting from the left side. She takes ball 4, and she'll take the walk here to lead off this inning for the Maquoketa Cardinals.
Third walk in the last 2 innings. 6 total in the game now given up by Wegman, and Hawks really need a quicker inning here. The only short inning was 4-batter inning in the third inning as 6, 4, 8, and 8. So the Hawks really need to shut down the Cardinals here. Of course, already trailing by 2. Don't want to give them any more runs here.
And this one is bunted. The first one was bunted foul as Kolak, the third baseman, is going to throw on over to Yankovic, covering first base for out number 1. Hannah Piercy will move to second on the bunt by Kelsey Lang, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hannah Grunwald. As first pitch is swung on and missed. She didn't want to swing at it, but couldn't hold up, and it's 0-1.
And Grunwald in the 8th spot has 2 hits and has scored both of their 2 times up in the 4th and the 5th after popping out her first time in the second. Takes a strike there on the other half for strike 2. She's behind, no balls, and 2 strikes.
5 innings, Swish. The Cardinals have had the leadoff runner on base, or leadoff batter on base.
That'll make a difference, too.
As the 0-2 is taken for a ball, 1-2 the count on Grunwald with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that's going to be taken high for ball 2. 2-2 the count as the Cardinals lead at 6-4 here. They've scored in all but 2 innings. Scored 1 in the first, 3 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. And the 2-2 is taken low and inside for ball 3, so another full count here from Wegman. As it's going to be popped up in the air, Kolak calls everybody off, and she's going to make the catch for out number 2. So the Hawks with 2 outs now, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, sophomore Cassie Rupert, as Rupert is 2 for 3 in this game. She's reached base all 3 times she has batted. She reached on an error back in the 4th. Singled in the 2nd. She chops this ball over to Kolak at 3rd. She picks it up, throws on to Hoffman at 1st for out number 3. So the Hawks, the leadoff batter, they strand out at 2nd base. No runs for the Cardinals. No hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 7th. It's Maquoketa 6, West Delaware 4. You're listening to Hawk Softball from KMCH Sports.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404. For more information, your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber, big town quality with small town service. Delhi Lumber, your authorized overhead Midland door dealer, has big town quality with small town service.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Back into Maquoketa, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you as we move to the top of the 7th, last inning here for the Hawks, and Hoffman rips a shot. She leads this inning off with a line drive out into left field to start this inning off for the Hawks as Hoffman, her 2nd hit of the game. She had a 2 RBI single back in the 1st, and she leads off this 7th inning for West Delaware with a line drive out into left field, and that's going to bring up senior right fielder Megan Collins here. With nobody out, top of the 7th, the Hawks trailing by 2.
Megan is due here, 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. She lines this one down the field in the air. Hits on the top of the fence down beyond the first base Hawks dugout. Foul ball for strike 1, 0-1 the count. So Collins due here, but be patient and let the ball come to you. But she was jumping on that first pitch. And now we have time called. And did it knock some of the fencing off down the right field side? Spectator. Oh, hopefully Jack's all right. The longtime former sports editor of the Maquoketa Centennial Press. As he was doing sprints on the track as I walked over here, so I think he's good shape for it. As a swinging strike there by Collins, 0-2.
I was going to say it couldn't hit anybody because it stayed in, but
Jack was trying to make a diving catch off the fence.
0-2 count to Collins is going to be taken, called strike 3, so 1 away here for the Hawks in the top of inning number 7, and that's going to bring up Liz Kolak.
33, Liz Kolak.
As Kolak stands in here, she's 1 for 3, had an RBI single back in the 5th inning. As this one's going to be hit out in the left center field gap, this is going to get down as the left fielder can't come up with it. That's Stonewalled as Coach Rave is going to hold Hoffman up at 3rd. So Kolak moves into scoring position herself.
Single in air.
Just a single in an air. As Kolak moves into second base.
Fielder number 11, Marley.
As Hoffman will go to 3rd on the air by the left fielder, and Kolak will go to 2nd on the air as well, as it's going to bring up Marley Boyce. She's going to hit this one to the right side. Hoffman coming home. They go to throw it away. That's still going to call her out. So the first baseman, Owen, is going to throw over to Pettyjohn covering 2nd. Hoffman will score. The score is now 6-5 in favor of the Cardinals as Kolak moves over to third, so the game-tying run just 60 feet away here for the Hawks. And that's going to bring up Kristen Wegman, the junior pitcher for the Hawks, as she is 1 for 3. This one's going to be popped, foul, and out of play. So new life here for Kristen with 2 away here in this, the top of the 7th inning. Last chance, Hawks down to their last out. 6-5 is our score. Maquoketa leads it. As Piercy, the left-handed pitcher for the Cardinals, comes set, and that's going to be called strike 2. 0-2 the count on Wegman.
On that outside corner, thigh high, Wegman laid off. Now she's down to her final strike.
As Piercy comes set, the 0-2, Wegman goes up and gets it, trying to protect. He's going to foul this one out of play.
Give yourself a chance here. Put the ball in play. Whatever you can do. That tying run out at third base here. The top of the 7th inning.
As Piercy comes set, the 0-2. Wegman's going to hit this one. Just going to drop in front of Pettyjohn. She throws on to first for out number 3. And that is going to do it. The Hawks are going to fall here in game number 2. 6-5, the final score. As the Hawks scored 1, but they weren't able to complete the comeback, as they're going to lose it here 6-5. So they split the doubleheader here tonight. The Hawks win game 1, 9-7. Maquoketa Cardinals win game 2, 6-5. As we will take a break, we'll add up our totals and come back. Catch up with Coach Tiffany Rave. Right after this, you're listening to Hawks Softball on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Whatever your favorite sport, we know you will join Parrott Insurance and Grinnell Mutual in supporting all of our local athletes. Parrott Insurance is proud to be part of this community and looks forward to catching all of the sports action this year. If you want a strong insurance team working for you, call Parrott Insurance today for a quote from Grinnell Mutual and experience our policy of working together.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Your family.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Does your athlete have knee, ankle, or muscle pain from training hard? Are you looking for a simple, quick, and safe way to relieve that pain? Long-Term Medical Supply can help with their new non-prescription TENS device. Stop by the Long-Term Medical Supply location in downtown Manchester and relieve your athlete's pain today.
At Tauke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TaukeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
GMB Bank in Manchester is proud to support all area athletes and their communities. The GMB team is your connection to convenient banking and everyday time savers, like your debit card, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. Connect with a financial partner who truly understands your needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
Larry at Greenworks Landscaping can create the look you've always wanted with landscaping, trees, and shrubs, retaining walls, paver patios, fire rings, and windbreaks. Larry can deliver bulk mulch. And edgers, call Larry at 563-920-3776. Greenworks Landscaping, from complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Welcome back in here to Maquoketa, Iowa, as the Hawks softball team falls here in game number 2, 6-5 the final. The Cardinals get the win in game number 2. Hawks victorious in game 1, 9-7 in 8 innings. But John, a back and forth game again here, just like game 1. In game 2, back and forth, but the Cardinals come out on top in game number 2, 6-5 the final. Hawks made it interesting in the top of the 7th. They scored 1. They had the game-tying run on third base, but couldn't get that big hit late in the game.
Yeah, well, give the Cardinals credit. They kept on battling. They put the pressure on the Hawks. The Hawks were not able to do enough, not able to make enough plays in the end when it counted. Some learning curve mistakes there and some issues to shore up for the Hawks to get better. And it's not bad to have one of these games early on in the season as they now dropped their record to 3-2. But especially some things to shore up this Cardinal team. They're pesky, and they play like their old coach used to. I shouldn't call her old. She's the same age as me, but Coach Nelson, 11 seasons here at Maquoketa, and she's got the girls doing some good things, and they played well tonight.
They certainly did. As we mentioned earlier, 5 out of the 6 innings that Maquoketa batted, their leadoff runner got on base. 2 of those innings they scored, but yeah, you got to try to limit those. I know 2 of them were on a base on balls, and you got to try to limit that here. It's not so much early in the season because it is early yet, but later on down the road, you're not going to want to give up those leadoff walks or have that lead runner get on base.
Especially too many walks total. We talked about it. 6 walks in the game. We had those 2 in the first when they scored 1 run. One of those walk victims come around. The other walks really didn't hurt too much. But you still don't want to give those free passes up. We saw Wegman bear down. It's tough when she's coming out and she's pitching 2 games every night, and that's going to be tough, and that's going to be for her to continue to bear down and figure out as this season progresses here for the Hawks.
Certainly is, as West Delaware moves to 3-2 overall, 3-1 in conference play, as they are 3-1 on the road now. Still 0-1 at home, as they only had that one game against North Scott last Wednesday in Manchester. Maquoketa, they moved to 3-2 overall, as they moved to 3-0 in conference, 2-1 in conference play, as 3-1. We'll get it right one of these times. 3-1 conference play and 1-1 at home here, as some game totals. For that, for Maquoketa, they had 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 West Delaware error, and 12 runners left on base. As the Hawks tonight, 5 runs on 10 hits, 3 Maquoketa errors, and 10 runners left on base. As Hannah Piercy for the Cardinals pitching outstanding tonight. She pitched 7 innings, 5 runs allowed, 10 hits, only 3 walks, and struck out 4 West Delaware batters. For Kristen Wegman, she pitched 6 innings tonight, 6 runs allowed, 11 hits, 6 walks. You mentioned those, the 6 walks, that's going to hurt, and she struck out 4 batters. As well as we wrap things up here tonight. I know the baseball game winding down over there for the West Delaware Hawk baseball team.
It is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals are threatening. They have a runner on base. Tying run is up at the plate as the Hawks scored 3 runs in the top of their 7th inning to take the lead 8-6 as the Cardinals now with a runner on and 1 down at the bottom of the 7th. The Hawks trying to come back and now hold on to sweep the Cardinals tonight here in Maquoketa as they won that first game. Coach Lauren Company moved the record to 4-0 with an 8-0 win in Game 1. We talked about the softball team being able to come back and win in 8 innings here in Game 1 on the softball diamond, 9-7 in 8 innings, and then losing 6-5 here in the second game tonight, the game that took 1 hour and 30 minutes as the Hawks baseball team in the bottom of the 7th as they are trailing they are leading Maquoketa, I should say, 8-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals are threatening with 1 out and a runner on base. As the West Delaware Hawks softball team, 2 outs now, runner on first base, as the Hawks softball team now will go back home Wednesday night as they will take on Benton Community inside Sill Field. As 6 o'clock of that starts, doubleheader against non-division West Willamette Conference opponent Benton Community. And then on Friday and Saturday this weekend, the Hawks will be at the annual North Fayette Valley Invitational in West Union. We'll have the Hawks softball action from Sill Field next Monday night against Anamosa. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, runner on second, bottom of the 7th, 8-6. The Hawks lead that game. Coming up, the baseball game here yet in Maquoketa tonight. Coming up later on this week, West Delaware is at Clear Creek Amana in Tiffin. The doubleheader at 5 o'clock with yours truly and the West Delaware baseball team.
They were victorious. The runner took off for third before the pitch was going, and the Hawks picked him off. They moved to third, threw back to second, and that's how the game ended on the 3rd out.
That's a great way to end the game.
It certainly is.
For the Hawks.
Especially since we can see it.
That's right. Just over our right shoulder here. And great job for Coach Long and company. They improved the record, stay unbeaten on the year. Had to do it comeback fashion, not the way they wanted to do it, but came back here and got the victory tonight, the West Delaware baseball team. To bring in the head coach to the West Delaware Hawks now, Tiffany Rave. Her team got the split tonight here against the Cardinals as 9-7, 8 innings of Game 1, 6-5, the loss here in Game 2. We talk about that first game, first tip. What an effort by your team, both teams going back and forth the whole way. Never say never, and really a great battle in Game 1.
Yeah, it really was. I think we came out and we hit the ball every single inning, and we've been talking about scoring runs each inning. And although we weren't able to definitely make those defensive stops, I was happy with how we did battle at offense throughout the whole game.
Absolutely. So finding that way to pull that one out in the 8 innings, 9-7, and the approach by your team just bearing down and moving on to the next play when things don't go your way, I'm sure.
Right. And, I told the girls, it might not have been the prettiest win in the world, but finding a way to get it done is what's important. And they definitely did that in the the top of the 8th there. They found a way to get that run across and come out with the W.
And then moving on to Game 2, hoping that momentum carried you into it, and it did with a good start in Game 2. You had 2 runs in that first inning. Maquoketa scored 1 in their last of the first inning, but batted 7 in that first inning. You had to be happy with the offensive attack by your team early on in this game.
Yeah, I thought we came out and we started real well. Girls were definitely ready to go in Game 2, and we carried that momentum from Game 1 into that. And we did. We continued to battle, and I was happy with the start.
And then the offense was just slowed down. The lefty was mixing her pitches around, just not able to get consistent offense there. And then Maquoketa was able to put that 3-run spot up in kind of an ugly 4th inning.
Yeah, an error in there and a couple mental mistakes that they were able to capitalize on. And, we talked about starting to do the little things right a little bit more and making the difference in the outcome of games. And so I definitely think we learned from that inning, and we did battle back, which I was very happy with that, but learning that defense wins ball games.
Absolutely. Your team able to respond there, showed perseverance, scoring 2 more in the 5th, but then they came right back. This Maquoketa team, Coach Nelson and company, got a nice squad.
Yeah, they have a real nice squad. They hit the ball very well, and both of their pitchers did a nice job of moving the ball around on us.
So you talked about a game like this early in the season, still fine-tuning things, of course, still working on those little things as it's a process of getting better and getting where you want things to be, of course.
Yeah, and I think we are coming out every single day and getting better, and it definitely is a process, and it's early on, but it's we just talked about how, it's time to start learning from those little things and transferring into the games. And so, we'll turn around tomorrow and get ready for what's to come on Wednesday and learn from this and move on.
And what's to come on Wednesday, one of the better teams in the state, of course, with Benton Community still undefeated last check that I saw their record. So, you girls are going to have to come ready to play against the Bobcats.
Absolutely. They're going to bring in all-state pitcher, and we're going to have to come ready to put some runs on the board and play some solid defense. Fearless ball is always our goal.
And then you get ready for your first weekend tournament of the summer season, Friday and Saturday up at the West Union in the annual North Fayette Valley Invitational.
Yeah, that'll be a nice tournament, a good opportunity for us to go and play 4 games in 2 days and get some innings and get some good reps. So I'm excited for this week.
Absolutely. All right. Best of luck. We'll see you around next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tiffany Ray, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, as the Hawks get the split here tonight, winning Game 1 in 8 innings. 9-7. They lose the second one 6-5. The baseball team gets the sweep here tonight in Maquoketa. 8-0 in Game 1, 8-6 in Game 2. Thursday night, we'll have the West Delaware baseball at Clear Creek Arena in Tiffin at 5 o'clock. Friday, area baseball. Beckman is at Animal. So that's going to do it tonight. For in-studio producer and KMCH News Director Janelle Tucker, my partner Jamie Vasky. Thanks for his help and a great insight and knowledge here tonight. John Swisher saying, have yourself a good night, and so long, everybody, from Maquoketa.
Strength on its own can be impressive. When consistency is added, that's when it becomes real. Northwestern Mutual has been able to deliver real financial strength for over 150 years through every economic environment. Contact me, Mitch Payton or Matt Schulte today. Northwestern Mutual, insurance, investments, ideas.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
Get in shape and have fun at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center on East Main in Manchester. All levels, all ages. Begin your road to better health today at 24-Hour Total Fitness Center, East Main, Manchester.
When the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
Every summer, KMCH gives you fun ways to win. And this year, one lucky listener will be taking a trip to Music City. Listen for Mike Johnson as he announces the song of the day. When the song plays later that day, caller 7 wins tickets to an Upper Midwest amusement park. The weekly winners are entered into a drawing that Friday. The winner on Friday receives a shovel, which is the entry into the grand prize contest held at Schramm Park on Saturday, August 15th at the Jam at Schramm. The 10 shovel winners will come to Schramm Park, where they'll dig in the KMCH sandbox, where 10 boxes are buried. When all 10 contestants uncover a box, the digging stops. The contestants then open their boxes. Each box contains gift certificates from one of our sponsor locations. One box will also contain a gold guitar pick. The lucky recipient of the gold pick receives a trip for 2 to Nashville, including airfare, hotel, and entertainment vouchers. We're picking on Nashville this summer. Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
The KCRG TV9 First Alert forecast. For this evening, we'll see mostly clear skies. Those clear skies persist with us overnight tonight, with lows dropping into the mid-40s. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies and warmer, highs bouncing back into the low and mid-70s. Winds will be out of the southeast.